We haven't talked about this, and it's been a couple weeks, and I just want to make sure you guys have seen it. Have you seen Logan Paul's spot in Royal Rumble?
Have you seen Logan's balls?
Have you seen Logan's balls? No, have you? No. Are you on his OnlyFans?
Are you looking for that specifically?
There wasn't. But his tights are tight. No, for real. Have you seen Logan Paul's spot in the WWE for Royal Rumble?
I have not.
No.
I saw the thing where he jumps and collides with the guy in midair.
Yeah, first off, it's Ricochet, who might be my favorite WWE guy. So the fact that they were able to have a spot together. Now, I am 100% an AEW fan. Like, that's probably, like, that's what I watch weekly. That's what I go to. But even I had to, like, turn into the Royal Rumble to, like, see this spot happen because it was Logan Paul on one side of the ring, Ricochet on the other, as they kind of, like, spring up onto the ropes. Not even the turnbuckles, just the middle of the ropes. And then jump towards each other and clash in the middle of the ring and like collapse with like a car crash thud.
Oh my God.
Like legit, dude's a great wrestler. He plays a great heel. Like
honestly, I wish that his whole persona was his wrestling persona because he's such a trash person. And it's like, just stop being Logan Paul and just be a wrestler.
Yeah. I don't know if he can make more money as a wrestler, but he does they even
he'll
know how to
probably make
write
a lot
for
more
him.
being a grifter and taking
way more
advantage
money
of
than
people
that.
on crypto.
Oh, get wrecked, Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan Paul's the CryptoZoo guy, right? Not the other one?
That's him? Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought that was... I just like to put all the bad things about the Paul brothers onto one brother and
you
assume
pretend
it's just
that there's
one.
a good Paul and a bad Paul? No, they're both.
No, the bad one is pretty much always Logan.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, Logan is Suicide Force. Logan is CryptoZoo.
Oh, no.
Logan's
with the lottery shoe brand deal thing also.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. The spot was cool. It's okay. Here we go. It's like liking wrestlers in the 80s. As long as you don't pay attention to the real life stories or who they are as individuals, you just love the superheroes that are on television. They're great. Yeah.
Wait,
no, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Hulk Hogan or
a lot of wrestlers were
Ultimate
super racist in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Well, anyways, hi everyone, welcome to the OGSoG podcast. I'm Joven Shar. We got Mari Lasercorn and Sohinki here. And just before we jump into the show itself, just a reminder that if you are watching this on YouTube, we've got a link down below to our Patreon where we put extended versions of all of our videos, including a video version of the entire podcast. Or if you just want to listen to the full podcast for free, not cut down or anything, we have we're on Spotify, so you can go there and check that out. And of course, we've got react videos, we've got shout out videos. We do a lot of exclusive content on Patreon while putting out as much as we can for free here on YouTube as well. So just go check out, see if you're interested, see if it's got something you want more of. And the way the show works, we talk about a lot of things, a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of movie stuff, just things in general. But one person hosts the episode and chooses the different topics, and nobody else knows what we're talking about. So I'm controlling the show. I get to talk about all the things I want to talk about, and there's nothing these a-holes can do about it.
We get refused to answer.
You still have to pick from topics that we have submitted. So,
or I just choose all the ones I've submitted. The power is Joven's, young Lasercorn.
That would be a dick move. Not as dickish as some of the things that Logan Paul has done, but still.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Quite dick.
And the first topic that I want to talk about, that I choose to learn more about and to hear you speak to me about.
Oh my goodness. Why are you a wizard right now?
I don't know. I've been rewatching Stuff of Legends recently. I don't know. I went into Snoo the Bold there. The thing I want to talk about first is my friend Mari. Mari, you have like an esports team, and I haven't really checked in with you lately. Like, how's that going? What's life like?
Oh man, it's so awesome to be able to work with folks in esports, because I was like really scared to step into esports because we've always been like gaming adjacent, but like esports is kind of like, I don't know, kind of scary. And then I realized, it's not scary at all. They're awesome, and like I work with a lot of like artists and creatives, and like when I say artists, like actual artists, like we basically painted a bunch of skateboards the other day, and it was a lot of fun. But anyway. Big announcement around Halo and Spacestation Gaming that, oh my gosh, if we could all go, it would be like the old Smite days. It would be so fun. I feel like we should all go there. Anyway, if you are in Utah or in surrounding areas and you would like to come see Halo, Spacestation Gaming is putting on a Halo event. It's a sanctioned Halo event.
And it's sanctioned?
It's sanctioned. It's like, it's official from Halo, from Microsoft, from 343. But we're throwing on the party. It's going to be the biggest party in Salt Lake City. It's
well, those Utah parties get pretty wild in their dry state, so watch out.
We're hoping that we don't get banned. We're hoping that,
we aren't allowed to come then, is what you're actually saying.
Yeah.
If you do get banned, can you put that on a T-shirt? SSG banned in Utah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna be there August 4th through 6th, putting on this giant party. And if you're into Halo, great. If you're not into Halo, it's still gonna be an awesome party.
Is California a surrounding city of Utah?
Yeah, how
Can we
close are
drive?
you?
City? You just asked if California was the surrounding city of Utah.
I know what I said.
Damn.
I'm the host. You want to be able to talk on the show? I will cut you, sir. Cut your mic.
Amazing.
That's actually a Paco decision, so...
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
I don't think California is a surrounding city. No, you might be a little bit wrong about that, but it's close. And Salt Lake is beautiful and fun. And there's going to be 16 teams that are going to be competing from around the world. We're hosting. There's a $125,000 pool. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And we'll get to hang out.
Hey, can I
The
ask you a
pool.
question?
We'll hang out all day.
As someone that's long stared from afar into the world of esports and pretended like I was somehow involved, how do esports teams make any money at all? That's my question.
That's a good
Honestly,
question.
when you find out, I would love to know.
Yeah.
You said the co-owner of an esports
No,
game.
I mean it is the truth, and I think that it's very public knowledge that there are almost no profitable esports organizations out there. But the thing that I'm really proud about with Spacestation Gaming is that we are completely privately funded, and I think that there are like less than 3 absolutely completely privately funded esports teams out there. So usually the ones that you see like FaZe Clan and Optic, they have $1 million seed funds of people investing millions of dollars, which means that those people who invested are needing to see that money back at some point. We just sink a bunch of our own money into it, and then we don't really think that it's going to come back, but we really believe in esports, and we might just be a little bit.
That was going to be my follow-up question there. So wait, so SSG is who funds SSG?
So Sean Duras, who got really big on Snapchat a long time ago and then became kind of like an overall content creator, his YouTube channels, I think he's got maybe 3 at this point. His YouTube channels basically fund Spacestation Gaming, and the other facets of the space station. There's about I want to say like upwards of like 8 or 9 companies underneath Space Station. They all kind of funnel money into uplifting Spacestation Gaming until it becomes profitable.
That's great. Do you think, and you know, this might be a little biased because you're in the thick of it, but I know on the media side, I used to hear all about, you know, networks, executive companies wanting, it's like, all right, we got to get an esports TV show and stuff. And it kind of like died out because the bubble just wasn't popping into like mainstream media. Do you think that, you know, esports can pop? Do you think it can actually make it in like into the zeitgeist of like just more social culture?
He used zeitgeist and he used it correctly.
Good job, Joven.
Just take a minute and realize that
it's great. Should we make it into a national holiday, guys?
We did it. I got it. I'm in.
I think today is National Zeitgeist Day.
We'll have one page in the Jovenism book
23.
dedicated to this win.
Yeah, I just think that we're extremely early at this point, and I do think that there's people who are trying to get in but don't know what to do about it. I feel like it's like the early days of YouTube where it's like there's a bunch of people who want to get into it. There's a bunch of sponsors who are like, okay, this is the hot new thing. Let's try to get into it. But they don't have any other backing other than they want to get into it because it's the cool thing right now. There's no heart, there's no soul. And that's the thing that allows for like longevity. And I don't think there's enough people out there who have it like in with that mentality.
I believe that there won't be serious mainstream esports until there is some kind of players union that can advocate, because like so many of the you'll see like these teams and it's like, oh, come live in our team house, and you find out like what these kids are being paid, and it's like they're being paid the money they make on their streams plus the team promotes their stream, like, you know, like
Yeah.
I just think like a lot of young kids that really want to get into esports sign bad contracts because they don't know any better, and like no one's advocating for them.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing where it's like early YouTube again, right? Where it's like these YouTubers sign like maker contracts where maker owned them for like in perpetuity. So I think that there's a lot of like misrepresentation out there of like what is good and what is bad for these kids to get into.
Well, Mari,
Yeah.
what are the gaming conditions and living conditions like for those in SSG?
We actually don't have a house in Vegas anymore. Our R6 team disbanded the house so that now they can be
You're working remote.
Full
online.
remote?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it could be
Healthy.
remote now. Yeah. And most of our teams are remote.
A lot of teams, I mean, I think a lot of successful teams are remote, but then they will run boot camps where they'll have the team come in for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, before a tournament or something, and
That's
and
fun.
then I think it would be cool. Like, I think the thing that's keeping organized like player guilds from being a thing is like there's so many games. So what there needs to be is like some overarching guild that then creates new satellite guilds for each game that becomes
Like kind of like what FIFA is for soccer?
Is that, I don't know. I honestly don't know how FIFA works, so maybe.
I don't know. I just know it's corrupt and maybe a horrible example to use, but I know it's an entity that then runs it.
Yeah.
I do think that it's going to be the games like Rocket League that are like easy to follow and easy to watch and like explain.
Yeah.
That will
Rocket
become
League tournaments
the
are
ones that's,
super
like,
fun to watch.
mainstream. Yeah, I mean, and everybody gets it, right? You can get your grandma and you can get your nephew who's 5, and they'll both get it.
Yeah.
I
Street
think that
Fighter.
like games like, I think fighting games are up there as well. I think like Overwatch is like, even as somebody who plays Overwatch, it is so stimulating to watch, and it's too much. It's really fast,
Yeah.
and it's like how to explain that while a match is going is like it's nearly impossible.
I think Overwatch is just a terrible esport in general. Like, I just don't think it's like a good game for esports. But
Interesting.
Yeah.
I see
I'm
that.
trying to look
Yeah.
up. Here's like the cool thing. So like on Twitch right now, watching Street Fighter are only 768 people. Street Fighter 5, that is. But anytime there's a tournament, there's always like 30,000 people. Yeah, I think like people just love watching the actual competition of it. It's like very compelling. Same thing as like a fight. It's one person versus one person. It's very easy to follow, like Mari's saying.
I think that one thing that esports needs to change, and like this is something that we were talking about as a company, like it's really hard to tell a really good player from an average player. And like if you watch like swimming or gymnastics or soccer or whatever it is, like you can tell when someone's really good because you kind of have a baseline of what a regular human being can do. But when you watch gaming, I think it's really difficult to understand, especially in games that you've never played, what is a difficult move versus what is like considered average. So I feel like that giving more of an education of where like the floor is versus like where the person is going to be an important like guideline for people to get into the sport. It's kind of like watching or like seeing a picture of a skateboarder like in the air. It means nothing if you can't see the ground and see how far like that skateboarder is in
good
the air.
analogy. Yeah.
Even
It's
with
something
fighting,
that we're talking about a lot.
even with fighting games and it being as straightforward as it is, there is a lot of that hidden stuff where like people that know what's happening are so much more impressed than anyone that's just watching them fight. Like there'll be like a combo that has like 5 different one frame links, which if you don't know what that means, there's 24 frames per second usually, or however many frames per second. They have to hit the button at that exact one frame during the second in order for the combo to work, and they have to do it multiple times during the combo. Like, things are extremely difficult, but you're just watching and you're like, he's punching the guy.
I think we could produce a really good esports show.
I agree, dude. I think me and Lasercorn had one of the best concepts for an esports show ever.
Oh, was that a bad game esports?
Bad esports.
Bad esports, yeah.
Honestly, dude, I remember. This happened.
Give the pitch for Bad Esports again for folks who don't know it.
Yeah, so Bad Esports is a show we did on Toaster Ghost, and the idea was we would take a game that is definitely not an esport, shouldn't be an esport, or like is normally not competitive. Like we did Totally Accurate Battlegrounds or Battle Simulator. We did Floppy Heroes. We did like all these like dumb games. And we gave them the esports treatment. So we had like player introductions and interviews and all these like hardcore things. And then we like cast the match, and then we like asked them like post game interviews and stuff. And I just think that it's what you're saying. It's because the games we're doing it for are super easy to digest because they're dumb, silly games. I just remember it always reminded me of this because this happened after we made Bad Esports. There was one thing on Twitch where people were casting Jenga like an esport, and so many people tuned in, and they used like actual like FGC casters. It was like Tasty Steve and Sajam were casting it, I think, and it was like actually really exciting to watch. They were doing a good job of announcing it and everything.
That's great. Is there like is there Jenga specific terminology though? Like
he got bricked.
You got.
They were making. I mean, they were making some stuff up on the spot, and like
He's going for that
off-balance
middle
push.
Yeah, he's going for that middle piece or MP as you.
Yeah, if you pull something at just like the 4th row down, everyone boos at you.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations, Mario, on all the fun that you're having with
Hopefully we can
esports
go to
and
Utah
all the big
and
things
hang
that
out
you're
with
doing.
you.
And yeah, that big
Hell
announcement there.
yeah! August 4th through 6th. Let's
Road
party
trip.
in Utah.
It's my
Look
birthday
forward to that
month.
vlog.
So Hinky birthday month.
Well,
Thank you, birthday. So Hinky's birthday at SSG's Utah event. Everyone who's listening to OGSoG, be there.
Actually, is this a bad idea? It sounds like a great idea.
Hey, look at all these patrons. Do you see them? They're over there, or maybe over here. They're supporting us on Patreon, where they get an extended version of this video that you're watching, the entire podcast over there. So if you enjoyed this, you might want to check that out. Or if you just would rather consume it through your ear holes, as Mari loves to say, be sure to watch, or listen, not watch, but listen on Spotify. Okay, enjoy, and pay us money. Yeah, you guys are freeloaders, and pay us money.